my name is Sev. I'm the Gentle Medium. I'm a practicing psychic medium of 3 years, a Reiki master, as well as an occultist. Today, I just wanted to share a method where you can use your body as a pendulum. And this is particularly effective, especially if you don't have like access to like tarot cards, your pendulum, but also your own psychic abilities are just starting to sprout or come online, and maybe you don't trust them as much. So this is a technique I use to this day, but a lot more early on. Anyways, so let's just get into it. This method just involves your hands, and so you'll want to come into a nice and grounded, relaxed state. What I recommend for that, especially if you have like an ADHD mind or something in the category of neurodivergence, you'd want to do something with your body where you kind of tire it out, but maybe not so much where you're like wanting to go to sleep afterwards. So maybe go for a walk or a run or go to the gym and then do this exercise. Even something like jumping up and down for maybe a minute or so can do that. If you can't do that, then you can just focus on your breath for a minute or so. Notice it coming in and out of your body, and then drop your focus, your awareness onto the center of your chest, and just you can place your hand on your heart and breathe from there for maybe a cycle of a minute or so. And that should be enough to get you into that relaxed state. And so after that, you would activate your palm chakras, your hand chakras. For that, what I recommend is you can do one of two things. The easiest way is to just rub your hands, right? And then the second way is a little bit more advanced. So you take your palm, you put your thumb into it, you twist 3 times, twist 3 times, and then you take each finger and just connect them for like 3 cycles, right? And then you can kind of feel like there's like this buzzing or energetic sensation, and that's how you know you've done it correctly. So from there, it's basically like a pendulum. You want to assign whichever your dominant hand is your yes, and whichever your non-dominant hand is your no. And you could also just go off the assumption of, I want this to be my yes, and I want this to be my no. But for me, how it works is my left hand is my dominant hand, and that's my yes, and my right hand is my non-dominant hand, and that's my no. And then you'd ask the question to confirm, like, show me yes. And then you feel into it, and you're trying to place your focus, and ideally you have your eyes closed. You're trying to place your focus on the center of your hand. That is when it's going to be the most apparent. And then you're going to notice that there is starting to be more of a subtle pulsing heat pressure in the hand that is designated for yes. And then you do the same with no. Show me no. And then you wait and you receive the answer or the pulse, the sensation. And then you can ask it verifying questions. You can ask your body, I should say, verifying questions. So you can ask your body, is the sky red? And hopefully you're going to get a no in your no hand. You're going to feel it. There's going to be a pulsing, a tingling, energetic sensation. And then from there, you can ask it low stakes questions. That's what I recommend, at least starting out with this practice. You could ask it, is it a good idea for me to eat this morning? And then wait for the response. And then, you just go from there. Of course, you can branch it out to more important decisions. But I do recommend starting out with the basic ones first, just to get your body and your energetic system used to the process. I think a big message that I want to bring from my platform is that you don't need to be able to visualize clearly or correctly to be able to use any sort of psychic ability or psychic exercise, even things like meditation. There are workarounds, and I'm hoping to share that in the near future. Thank you so much, and have a great day.